Today we're going to be discussing the whole Iran-Israel ceasefire situation. We're going to be discussing a couple other things like the Liver King situation. We're going to be even discussing P. Diddy's case. We're going to be discussing a bunch of news topics for you guys today in recent news, everything that's viral, everything that's trending in today's news and yesterday's news and tomorrow's news. We're also tomorrow's news. So let's not forget that. But hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Drop a comment down below. And love to talk with you guys. So please drop a like and subscribe button. But guess what? We can't forget the legendary hat. Almost all my live streams have this hat. I will actually be getting a new hat, by the way. A new Trump hat. Maybe the 2028 Trump hat. I'm looking at a few Trump hats on Trump's website. I'm thinking about going with the classic design, but I'm also thinking about going with the Trump 2028 design because I know how much that would piss off the liberals. I'm not saying I'm necessarily for Trump in 2028, but there's a good possibility that I wouldn't mind if he was president in 2028. Just saying. But let me know where you guys are coming from, what you think about this whole ceasefire situation, because it is day 2 of the ceasefire. There was a first ceasefire, but it was voided. It was voided during the first ceasefire because, Israel and Iran decided to strike each other. But now it's the new ceasefire was 2 days ago now. And the ceasefire has been going on for basically 2 days now. I looked it up. I confirmed on some sources. Iran and Israel have not done anything on the 25th or the 26th of June this month to void the ceasefire. So it's basically 2 days. Yo, what's up? Long time no see. Hello, Waylon Baker. Sorry, I said your name retardedly, but welcome back, brother. How you doing? How's everything for you? We're just talking about this whole ceasefire situation. It's been a minute, brother. How you doing? How's your morning? Happy Thursday to everybody. We're almost making it to Friday, guys. Almost to Friday, guys. We're so close. So close. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Down below, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, guys. So anyway, this whole situation has me wondering what exactly is going to happen here. It's a very interesting war to watch, and luckily, not too many casualties have happened yet. And on the American side, I don't believe we've had a single casualty. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've had a single American casualty die yet in this war. Thank God. Praise the Lord Almighty. And this whole situation is very hectic, very crazy. Many people are calling this a holy war. Many people think this is some kind of holy war. I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that or not, but it is a very interesting topic to discuss. But smash the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I love to hear it. You're doing great besides this crazy heat wave. It's been 100 plus since Saturday. Won't go away until this Sunday. Holy crap. That is a heat wave. That is quite a heat wave. Where I'm at, it's pretty hot too, but it doesn't get that hot. During the nighttime where I'm at, it gets about 70. During the day, sometimes 90, 91, 92, 93. The coldest state in the south is Florida. Really? I don't think that's true, brother, but I think that's just a joke. But let me know where you guys are coming from. Smash the like and subscribe button. And yeah, hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Like I said, I'm going to pull some articles up here. Give me one quick second. I'm going to have to pause the live stream because I forgot to do something before I started, unfortunately. But hit the like and subscribe button. We are back here. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me? See me? Everything sounds good? Everything is good? I'm going to be pulling up some different stuff. Yesterday we were talking about the new mayor of New York. That's another crazy situation. Promise they're getting an ocean breeze. I don't know, brother. Florida has really, really, really bad humidity. Like, I've met people that went to Egypt, Dubai, these places in the desert, these places on the water that are extremely hot. They all say that there is no such place as Florida. There's no such place that's as hot as Florida. It's really crazy. Favorite book? That's an interesting question. I've said this many times. I don't know if this is a troll or a joke, but Grant Cardone's Sold or Be Sold. What's your favorite book? Oof. Your dad is down in Naples. Naples is beautiful, brother. Lucky him. It's only 96 today. Holy shit, 96 is crazy. The thing about Sky said, if Israel attack Iran, response, well, then there's going to be a continued war, but there's been a ceasefire since the 24th/25th. There has been no counteractions in the 25th. They haven't broken the ceasefire on the 25th. Today is the 26th. They haven't broken the ceasefire today. So fingers crossed that this ceasefire can last more than, a week. Many people are calling this the 12-day war. Hell nah, John. Hell nah. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I have some videos that we can play today. I'm just scrolling through. Alligator Alcatraz ICE detention center set to open in Florida. Shout out Sacramento, California. Shout out Ireland. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. If you have anything you want me to talk about, discuss, you're more than welcome to drop me a super chat and we can get on topic. Tbilisi. You're really in Tbilisi, Georgia? I love Tbilisi. I want to visit the country of Georgia. I've never been there, but I like watching videos about it. Very interesting, beautiful place Georgia is. I've seen that down in Collier County too. It can hold 5,000 people or so. There's going to be an ICE detention center in Collier County? What do you mean? What happened in Tel Aviv? Is this true? Yeah, it is true. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm taking all kinds of requests. If there's anything you want me to read out loud, discuss, or talk about, all you got to do is drop me a super chat. Should I piss off the liberals this morning and talk about how Obama only gave 25% of the 3 million people that he deported due process? Obama only gave 25% of the people he deported due process and immigration hearings. What do you guys think about that? No comments? The liberals are shocked by the truth? The Porter-in-Chief, yes sir, that is Barack Obama's nickname. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I hope everyone's having a good morning. You can't even spell. I can't believe your own words, Sky. You can't even spell. Can't even spell, Sky. Hit the like and subscribe button. This is a news channel. This is a topic channel. If there's anything you guys want me to discuss or talk about, drop a comment down below. You can drop a super chat. Super chats take priority over all other comments and questions. So just let me know, guys. Much appreciated. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Everyone spam down below. Where are you guys coming from? I'm not mad at Trump. He didn't violate anything that Obama and 10 other presidents didn't already do. Shout out the Netherlands, brother. North Carolina, USA. Awesome. Shout out North Carolina. Let me know where the rest of you guys are coming from. Trump all day. Really? In the Netherlands, you guys support him? That's awesome. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop some super chats. Spam down below where you guys are coming from. I love to hear it. Spam your city, your state, or your country. If you have any requests or any topics or discussions you want me to talk about or debate, you gotta drop a super chat. Unless you have something really, really good to talk about or discuss, then you can just drop me a comment. If it's good enough, I'll talk about it. My hair is sticking up, but it's okay. I'm about to have a haircut today, so. Florida, I'm guessing that's what the orange means. Most underrated place to visit, Montenegro, where I am right here in this background. Thank you, Irish. If you want to know, drop a super chat. Simple as that. If you want to know about the hat, drop a super chat. CGI? No, sir. No CGI here. Have a nice day, brother. Hope you hit the like and subscribe button. Trump did lower prices, indeed. But if you want me to go into depth about the whole price topic, drop me a super chat. You saw a bird. That sounds accurate to me. You can probably hear the chickens in the background. You're the one watching me. Did you know you can scroll off anytime you want if you don't like it? Yes, Vladimir, yes. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city, what state, what country. Get the Trump 2028 button. What is that? I'm not familiar with that. Trump 2024. Well, he won the election. Now we need Trump 2028. 2028 hat. Sorry. Yes, I want to get the Trump 2028 hat. Well, under Joe Biden, prices were over $4 a gallon, at least in Florida, for gas. Shout out Australia. Which better, New York Times or The Economist? I really don't know. That's a really hard one to say. He did obliterate the nuclear facility completely, and it was a total, complete victory. Now it's a ceasefire. War doesn't have to go forever, Democrats. I know the Democrats want a war. They're mad that the ceasefire has lasted 2 days without Iran or Israel violating it, but you don't have to cry so hard. I mean, premium is $3.30. Premium gas. Regular gas is around $2.80 to $2.90. This is like a podcast, like daily news. Have you guys heard about the Diddy case? I definitely don't support this guy, but apparently he's beating lots of his charges. Hit the like and subscribe button. Can the Democrats say anything original other than liar, liar, Trump's a liar? Stay safe, everybody. I don't believe Iran moved their uranium either. Uranium is the heaviest element on the periodic table, so I don't believe that either. Diddy did indeed do stuff to Justin Bieber, I believe, in my personal opinion. If you have any serious questions, drop a super chat. I'm a Democrat Republican. The Democrats are so pissed off in chat. We gotta deport all these illegal immigrants. Deport, deport, deport. We're building ICE facilities all around the country. In Florida right now, they're working on building some ICE facilities, which is amazing. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat if you have anything you want me to read out loud, any questions, any topics. I love hearing from you guys. I love reading comments out loud. So drop some super chats. Would be much appreciated. What the hell is a Democrat Republican? P. Diddy, apparently, if you look it up on Google, it says he might get out of prison soon. I'm not saying he's going to beat the RICO, but apparently he beat the kidnapping charges. And someone else said he had an arson charge, which I didn't even know about, but apparently he beat that too. The Democrats are mad, and I love it. I live off liberal tears. It's my favorite thing for breakfast. My favorite drink of choice is liberal tears. Good morning from England. Trump can't be blamed for a failing ceasefire if Israel and Iran are the ones having a ceasefire. Absolutely. Did I hear about the Liver King? Yes, that's another great thing I want to bring up. The Liver King actually, he went to prison. Well, not prison, he went to jail. He got charged with, death threats because he threatened Joe Rogan's life and also some other people's lives on his live stream or something, and they arrested him. And now he's out on, I don't know if he's on house arrest, but he has an ankle bracelet. We must build the wall. Trump 2024. That's what's on the cap. But hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know if there's any topics you guys want me to talk about. Drop some super chats, or if you have any good topics you want to discuss, let me know down below. Is he the guy who lives on liver? Yeah, Liver King is the guy who is eating the raw livers and stuff like that. Talk about JFK. Well, the JFK files were released, but I don't believe, obviously, that's not the whole JFK files. But all I'm going to say is it's exactly what you guys thought it was. They did indeed kill JFK, just like RFK Jr. was saying. Would I ever visit a Middle Eastern country excluding United Arab Emirates? Possibly, probably, maybe, but not during times like this. I want to visit as many countries as possible in my lifetime. It was mostly redacted. That's absolutely right. The JFK files was mostly redacted. And there was also stuff that they plainly did not release. Drop me some super chats if you guys love America. Am I Muslim? No. I'm Christian. Like I said, you want to say I'm good at ignoring and avoiding. I don't read all the comments. I just look for the really good ones and I talk and discuss about them. But if you want me to read something out loud or talk about or discuss something, you're welcome to drop a super chat. I've never ignored a super chat in my life. They get priority of attention in debates and talking about these kind of subjects that are in super chats. It's all because he didn't want Israel to have a nuclear facility. Hey, brother, thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new. Sure, you can dismiss any religion you want. I'm not trying to offend anyone because I said I'm not Muslim. I just said I'm not Jewish as well. Iran nuclear weapons, what about them? Hit the like and subscribe button, drop a super chat if there's anything you guys want me to talk about. He did declassify, quote unquote, the Kennedy files. He just redacted a lot of things in there, and I wouldn't even say he redacted them. Someone in the FBI or the CIA redacted them. Shout out Myanmar. Thank you for watching. How are you both of those things, Lewis? If you want me to talk about the Epstein files, it's pretty much the same situation, but you gotta drop me a super chat. I can go and talk about this shit for 10, 20 minutes easily. I said I would answer some non-super chat questions if they're really good questions. Is there George Floyd type over there? No. That's another good question. What do I think about the Elon breakup? Another good question, but I've already talked about this like 20 times. But if you drop me a super chat, sure, I'll talk about it again. Any good comments, any good questions, or if you just want to support the channel, drop a super chat, guys. I'm a legal immigrant, Katie. Don't be mad. You're probably an illegal hating on me. We gotta deport. Obama deported more than any people in president. History. No, I don't like the new mayor of New York. Shout out Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. What's up, man? How you doing? Shout out Vegas. Well, I don't think there was 3 million criminals, but maybe they were all 3 million criminals. But 3 million people were deported. Only 25% of them under Barack Obama were given due process. Thanks, Dallas. I think I can see my views. Shout out Arizona. I don't know what you mean by still English. I'm 25% English by blood. Probably about 20%. You want me to discuss that boring comment? Drop a super chat. Drop some shekels, Aaron. Shout out Israel. Drop some shekels, Israel, and super chat would be much appreciated. Obama's not going to run in 2028. America, #1. I'm not Hindi, guys. Why do you keep asking me all these different religious questions? I already said I'm Christian. Obama's not going to run in 2028. Neither is Harris. Good job, Ice. Harris won't run for president. Smash the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Much appreciated, guys. We love Trump. Where are you coming from? I'm not racist and I don't discriminate against others. Not at all. This is not Ohio. I think that's a joke, though. Mickey Mouse 2028. Sup, bro? How you doing? You love Trump? Smash the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat for Donald J. Trump. If you guys have any questions or any comments or any debate topics you want me to talk about, please drop a super chat. I'll get right to talking about it. What the hell are you talking about, Ryan Hart? Joe Exotic. Shout out Joe Exotic. If you guys have any interesting questions or any interesting topics or debates, I read every single super chat out loud. Just so you guys know, I'm going to go back inside so I can have my computer in front of me and we can possibly show some videos and talk about some different topics here. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Don't be mad, Splurge. No one cares about your dumb comments. Hassan or Destiny? Oof, that's an impossible question. I'm getting a haircut today, but I think my haircut is beautiful. Beautiful hat. Thank you, brother. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat. Let's look at Florida AG, Alligator Alcatraz, only because I'm from Florida.
All right, meantime, a new
The port.
getting a lot of attention, and it's in Florida.
You can look up on YouTube what a super chat is.
Thanks to its very unique security system.
This 30 square mile area is completely surrounded by the Everglades. Presents a efficient, low-cost opportunity to build a temporary detention facility because you don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
It's called Alligator Alcatraz, and it's expected to be operational by next month. So joining me now is the man who came up with this idea. It's Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer. Mr. Attorney General, thanks for being with us here today. I think before I get into the specifics and details, which I have a lot of curiosities about Alcatraz, Alligator Alcatraz, How did this happen? Where did the inspiration come from?
Alligator Alcatraz. Doesn't look like the illegals are going to be trying to escape the ICE facility anymore, unless they want to get eaten by an alligator.
And that's really what the illegal immigration crisis is. Just last week, we pulled MS-13 members off the streets in Orlando. The week before, it was criminal alien human traffickers and sex predators. We stand by President Trump, and we're going to do everything we can to support that administration in their efforts. Thank God they're protecting American families. But our success in arrests is filling up the jails quickly, so we need additional detention space. And this location is ideal because of its surrounding area. It's a low-cost, already developed 30.
Listen, guys, if you want me to use any other news source, if you want me to watch any other videos, you're welcome to drop a super chat. You have full capability of changing it if it bothers you so much. You can request a different news source. You can request a different video. You can request a debate topic. Just drop a super chat. It's that simple. Channel 5 is amazing, but you got to drop a super chat.
By the Everglades. So Alligator Alcatraz has a nice ring to it, and we're going to get it up and running as soon as possible.
All right, the number of migrant detentions, I believe at the start of this administration was something like 39,000. It's currently up to 56,000. There's a stated goal to arrest roughly.
Swamp puppies aren't that scary, but I mean, they'll scare the illegal immigrants pretty well into not escaping the ICE facility. I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I don't think people should be coming into the country illegally. If I come into Mexico illegally, they're going to deport my ass or put me in an ICE facility there.
3,000 illegal a day, so you're responding to a need, to a demand for more detention centers, more space. Let's talk about Alligator Alcatraz. How much Everglades surrounds this would-be prison? Like, you're talking about minimal security and natural barriers and elements. Help me understand, like, how far to civilization?
Yeah, it's miles and miles once you get down there. This is right smack dab in the middle. It was built, back in the 60s and 70s with the idea to be a large airport. There's an 11,000-foot runway, which will enable large planes to come in and out that can carry hundreds and hundreds of people as we are working to detain and deport them out of this country. But there'll be some light infrastructure. We'll have a perimeter, but at the end of the day,
drop some super chats if you want to support the channel. If there's any other news sources you want to watch, if there's anything you want me to read out loud, we need to deport as many illegal immigrants as Barack Obama or more, if possible. And we need to do the exact same thing Barack Obama did. He only gave 20% of the illegal immigrants, of the 3 million illegals he deported, he only gave 20% of them due process. We need to look to the deporter-in-chief and follow his model and deport all of these illegal alien criminals out of our country. They didn't come in legally. They don't deserve to skip the line when people spent tens of thousands of dollars, waited 3 to 5 years, sometimes more than that, to get into the country legally and get a permanent citizenship. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop some super chats if you support the channel. If there's anything you want me to read out loud, if there's any comments or discussions you want to talk about, drop down below. Now let's continue watching Alligator Alcatraz, the new ICE facility coming to Florida next month.
Presents the ultimate perimeter, and it's why this is the great spot for a detention facility.
Okay, miles and miles of swamp and alligators and pythons and other natural barriers. What does that mean for security should you build it? Do you need less in the form of guards?
Democrats are mad. Trump derangement syndrome in chat.
You obviously need a less robust perimeter given the natural surroundings. There will certainly be additional. We're going to have staffed guards. The governor has called in the National Guard, the Florida National Guard, to help, along with other staff will support. We're also looking at other locations.
I voted for the felon. Hell yeah, brother. 5 million subscribers. Thank you for checking out the channel. If you guys support Donald Trump, you support America, drop a super chat. We all voted for the felon. The Democrats are losing. Donald Trump is winning. America is winning as a whole. This is what we voted for. We're getting exactly what we voted for. Drop a super chat if you guys have any discussions, any news clips you want me to play, any videos you want me to play. Let me know if there's anything you want me to show or play or talk about or discuss. I'm open to it, but I'm not getting too many smart questions and I'm not getting any intelligent super chats yet. So please drop a great super chat, drop a great comment, drop a big, beautiful super chat. Thank you, guys.
And I got to tell you, Secretary Noem had a great idea looking at the tens or hundreds of millions that the Biden administration was spending, put immigrants up in fancy hotels. That funding is being redirected towards these facilities, towards the deportations, and we're going to get the job done.
It reminds me of something out of a movie. It might be a specific movie. I can't remember, but you fellows are welcome to escape if you'd like. If you can get past the guards, if you can get past the perimeter, you have to then get past everything that lies in your way in the form of nature. In this case, Alligator Alcatraz. All right, Mr. Attorney General, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Drop a super chat. Drop an amazing comment or discussion you want to talk about. Sean Hannity here. Drop a super chat. Sean Hannity here. Drop a super chat. Hey, Don. How are you? Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from.
Let's bring in Hudson Institute Senior Fellow Rebecca Heinrichs. And Rebecca, I'm sure you were listening.
Very good. I think very good. Israel came back yesterday. I was so proud of them.
Shout out Atlanta, Georgia.
They went out because they felt it was a violation. And technically they were right, but it just wouldn't have worked out very well. And they brought the planes back. They had gone on to another journey because there was a little bit of a violation. And I said, you got to get them back. And they came back, and it was a great thing. And it's going very well.
So the president confirming that the Israel-Iran ceasefire is going well for now. And he made that phone call to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to call the planes back from a potential Iranian attack. While he was on the plane going to this NATO summit,
the majority of America voted for Donald J. Trump. Millions more voted for Trump than Harris.
Relationship with Iran in the years to come after this current conflict is over. What do you think about that? It feels like the president is doing the carrot and stick method.
Hey, Carpenter, how you doing, brother?
And now the president could be offering them the carrot.
Lots of haters this morning, lots of haters.
President Trump made the remark.
We're just talking about the ceasefire situation. It's been roughly 2 days. There hasn't been any violations from Iran, Israel. We're also talking about Obama. We're also talking about some unrelated political news about like Diddy, his case, the Liver King, how he got arrested, which is freaking crazy. I think the dude's on meth, to be honest. I think the Liver King is doing meth. He has lots of scratches on his face, but that's a whole nother topic. If you guys have anything you want me to talk about, discuss, or debate about, drop a super chat. All the liberals and Democrats have been hating. They don't even have any insults to drop in super chats. They don't have anything to say at the moment. So I would appreciate some super chats. It's dry this morning. You guys are very dry. That was the first ceasefire. I'm talking about the new ceasefire. It's been 2 days, no attacks on either side. The liberals are mad because, if this war was ongoing and it kept going and going, then they have someone to blame. They have someone to blame. They have someone to blame for all their life problems and why they're not doing well. The liberals are big mad in chat. So if someone wants to support, it would really piss off the liberals. Just drop a super chat and that would really, really drive the liberals insanely mad. Not even the liberals, the leftists. The radical leftists.
A few days ago that the United States does not have any permanent enemies. And so he's always looking for improvement between relations. I'm skeptical that the Iran regime is anywhere near the state of mind to move forward with a more positive relationship. But look,
I'm more than happy to Google search, look anything up, show any kind of videos, any kind of news sources you want, but you got to drop a super chat for that. That's a specific request.
I do think it's important to note that even as President Trump tries to get the Israelis to stand down on some of the more aggressive air campaign against the Iranians.
Lefty tears are my favorite drink. That is right, Carpenter. Lefty tears are my favorite drink. You already got 3 likes on your super chat, brother. That's amazing. That was quick. The trolls are so mad. Now look, the trolls are saying, oh, super chat, super chat. They're all talking about this shit now. Hit the like and subscribe button if you guys want to support the channel. If you really want to support, or if you have any questions or just want to support, drop a super chat. I'm reading all super chats out loud. Lefty tears are my favorite drink. 6 likes on that super chat. Courtney Karma, imagine getting so excited over hating on me when you don't get anything for doing it except misery, hate, and loneliness. So please enjoy hating. You don't get a single buck for that, do you? You're hating for free.
You still need to have Israelis inside the country doing, private campaigns to make sure they get any of the other illicit nuclear material out of Iran.
Hating on Democrats is not what I'm doing. I love all people of all parties, religions, races. I just don't like radical leftists. And it's not that I hate them, I just don't like them. I don't like their beliefs. I don't believe in what they believe in. It's that simple. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop me a big, beautiful super chat if there's anything you want me to discuss or talk about. Much appreciated.
So there's still going to be some military options, I think, going on inside Iran on the part of the Israelis. I think the United States would be extremely wise to support that. It's just that we're almost certainly not going to see these much more aggressive air campaigns that the Israelis have been so successful at carrying out thus far.
And on the left-hand side of your screen, Rebecca, the President of the United States, once again.
Hate is a strong word. Hate is a word for the Democrats because hate is exactly what the Democrats spread online and in person. I'm not spreading hate just because I don't believe in what you believe in, just because I dislike your beliefs and I don't agree with your leftist radical beliefs doesn't mean I'm spreading hate to you. Stop crying over it so badly.
Now posing for a picture with, I believe,
Some pity funds for the internet beggar. First off, I'm not a beggar. Who doesn't want to get paid for what they do? You can be salty about it all you want. But hating for free or hating and paying me doesn't do anything to help you. But I really do appreciate it at the end of the day. So thank you for the super chat. But at the end of the day, hating is not getting you anywhere. You don't make money off hating on me. So you're just wasting your own time. But much appreciated. Sometimes the haters do like to drop money just to show that they think they're better than you.
eyesight serves me. Oh, that is not Emmanuel Macron. I just need better glasses. Okay.
NATO Secretary General.
Okay. Before we let you go, I want to ask your thoughts on this. Within the past few hours, the Iranian parliament voting to suspend cooperation with the IAEA.
MAGA.
Is that significant, or was Iran's cooperation with the IAEA always tenuous at best?
Well, look, there's a lot of criticism from the expert community of President Trump that because he authorized and directed the United States to take
No, you're
out...
the hypocrite. You're the one spreading hate. It doesn't matter, though. The more you spam comments, the more the algorithm pushes this video. MAGA, Trump, #1. Spam it in the comments down below.
Iran's nuclear program, that the United States was in
What do you want me to
violation of
watch? You
international
don't
law.
like
My
Fox
response
News?
to
You
that is,
didn't drop a
we
super
just
chat?
enforced the
You don't decide what we
non-proliferation
watch.
treaty,
If
which
you want to
the
decide
Iranians
what we
were in
watch,
violation of. So if
drop
the
a super
Iranians now
chat.
decide that they're not going to cooperate with the IAEA, I say, look, that organization is there to conduct inspections of your nuclear program. You were already in violation of the non-proliferation treaty. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I think right now we're going to hear a lot of, upset rhetoric from the Iran regime, understandably. I would like to see them comply with the IAEA, but we need to get the Iranians complying with all sorts of international norms of which they've been in violation to this point.
And we're hearing that all the world leaders are going to be gathering. They're going to be taking a family photo. I love that name.
Great name.
And we're going to be bringing those images when they come in. But Rebecca.
Finally, a good
comment
comment from you. Someone super chat for CBS or something. If you guys want to watch CBS or something, then let me know. If not, I'm going to keep torturing the leftists, radical leftists with Fox News or Sky News, maybe. Should we play some Sky News? Sky News or Fox? Comment down below. We'll take a quick poll. Sky or Fox? Fox News. Well, I'm not actually torturing you. You're not forced to watch me. It was a little bit of a sarcastic joke. Do you even know what torture is? We all got Fox. Mostly Fox, they're saying. Okay, let's watch Fox then.
Is that Iranian media is reporting this morning that they have executed 3 Mossad spies, that they're describing them as Mossad spies that were living in Iran. And Iran is also saying that more than 700
Deport the
people
illegals.
who they say were aligned
Name
with
one
Israel
hate thing I've
have
said.
been arrested
I
over
can
the
name
last
10 hate
12
things
days.
you said.
So 2 questions really come to mind when it comes to that. Could those actions by Iran impact the ceasefire that is very fragile and taking place right now? And also, could that create an uprising in Iran against the regime itself?
Well, I hope so, to answer your last
The Democrats actually,
I think
ironically,
President Trump was
support
right
the
when he
Iranian
said
regime,
that
which I think is
essentially we
horrible,
welcome,
but I have many videos
a
talking about
change
this.
in the regime in
Great
Iran.
question. Did they break the ceasefire again? No, they haven't struck each other since the 24th. The 25th and the 26th, they haven't broke the ceasefire. Demon Rats, love that comment.
The Iranian people are the ones that are going to have to do it. You're not going to see, I think, pressure from the United States.
Any
downward,
personal
to
questions you
try
want to
to
ask
make
me?
that happen. But
Any
clearly,
news-related
one
questions? Any
secular
debate
regime
topics?
that
You got to
would
drop a
ensure
super
freedom
chat.
and bless the Iranian people, if not, and did not oppress the Iranian people. That would be good for the United States. That would be good for them. They're the ones
Democrats,
more
demon
than
craps.
any other person under this Iran regime that's really a jihadist regime and has been the most aggressive and active state sponsor of terrorism and instability throughout the Middle East. I think we're going to hear a lot of, again, bad things coming out of the Iran regime because they're flailing at this point. There's only so much they can do.
Trump, number one.
You know, we should expect to hear some pretty terrible things coming out saying that they are doing horrible things to the Iranian people and alleged Mossad spies. I certainly pray that is not the case.
Rebecca Heinrichs, thank you for your insight this morning. We appreciate it. I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian
Guys, you guys have the
Clear.
full capability to change the news. All you gotta do is drop a super chat. It's that simple. You guys have the full capability to change the news source. Any video you want to watch, any debate topic, anything you want me to talk about, do request. All you gotta do is drop a super chat. It's that simple. If you're sick of Fox News, you guys can play another news. All you gotta do is drop a super chat.
Welcome back.
Now let's
Last
talk
week,
about the election interference, the Chinese election interference in 2020. Sure, you can drop a super chat to debate. Thank you, Miami Dolphin. Would you like me to continue with the Fox News? I'm also from Florida, so shout out Florida. But before you said Atlanta, Georgia, I believe you commented before. I love Atlanta, Georgia. I love Georgia. I love Florida. Shout out the South. Thank you for the super chat. Miami Dolphin 13. Go Miami Dolphins. As a Florida boy, I will say that. Florida number one. Heated mindset. Your name says it all. Heated mindset. Gets mad when I get a super chat. Yeah, y'all on his live though. Great thing. Great comment. Well, I would call CNN propaganda, but the Democrats still watch that all day, every day. And sometimes I do show other news sources. But if you guys want to see something other than Fox, drop a super chat and request it. I've been getting super chats, but none of them have been requesting anything but Fox. But let's watch the probe into alleged Chinese election interference cover-up. This is a really interesting story. I've been hearing about this for a week or two, but have not really seen too many news videos about it. They first had Trump derangement syndrome.
Told you about a potential Chinese plot to influence.
Kevin is mad. He's not getting paid to hate.
Kash Patel has declassified documents that allege Chinese efforts to ship fake driver's licenses to the United States to let Chinese sympathizers cast fraudulent mail-in ballots.
Not to mention Kevin's 3 times my age.
Daily Mail reporting Director Patel uncovered proof showing former FBI Director Christopher Wray buried that report because it contradicted his testimony to Congress that China was not conducting foreign influence campaign in United States elections.
Democrats, if you want to change the channel, change the news, drop a super chat. That's simple.
Any kind of coordinated national voter fraud effort in a major election, whether it's by mail or otherwise. Joining me now is FBI whistleblower Steve Friend. Steve, thanks for being with us here today. Before we get to Director Wray, let's talk a little bit, if we might, about this report. It came out of the Albany, New York office. It's called an IRR, an Internal Intelligence Report. Now, this IRR produced by the Albany field office apparently was recalled. It was pushed down by Director Wray. Tell me a little bit about what goes into an IRR and what would be necessary. How would you go about clawing it back to make sure it never sees the light of day?
Well, it's pretty unique from my perspective, and certainly in any time in recent history that I can recall any sort of intelligence product being clawed back by leadership within the FBI. Christopher Wray specifically was the radical traditional Catholic memo, and that was only clawed back when Congress exposed it because the whistleblower came forward with it. But the typical way that these documents are authored would be an intelligence analyst essentially researches their product, goes back and forth with the supervisor, and effectively gets their approval to push it on, and then that information is laundered into what the FBI concocts as far as what's going to be its priorities. I've never heard, outside of the radical traditional Catholic memo, in recent memory or recent history, of any sort of product being pulled back so that they could go and re-interview a source and expectantly that they were going to get different information from that individual.
Okay, the allegation, according to Patel, is that the reason now that it was pulled back, clawed back, is because it would have embarrassed, at a minimum, embarrassed Wray, perhaps subjected him to perjury in front of Congress when he testified that there was no foreign interference in American elections. And here we have an intelligence report from the FBI suggesting the exact opposite. Patel put this on X. Former FBI leadership withheld the facts and misled the public on China's 2020 election interference, and they did so for political gain.
That's
this
right.
FBI is exposing all of it and giving
All
Americans the
facts.
truth they deserve. This is sounds, Steve, absolutely scandalous.
This is unequivocally the worst election interference on behalf of the FBI, and that's taking all things into consideration, the Steele dossier, the James Comey honeypot off the books scheme that was run.
Let's not forget about the James Comey situation, the Democrats' hero. Democrats love James Comey. Trump derangement syndrome in chat. Lie. Not a fact check lie. It's guaranteed. Illegal immigrants voting in a election is definitely election interference. Not to mention China was doing election interference. If you want me to look at the real news, then drop a super chat. I've already said this 100 million times. We're not changing the channel unless one of the Democrats drops a super chat. Even if you're not a Democrat, you can drop a super chat and we can change this to another news source. Let's continue.
Censorship of Hunter Biden's laptop, which was in FBI evidence, because all of those efforts.
All super chats are read out loud and all requests are taken.
To vote for a
Simple.
person. But here's an actual incidence of a foreign nation state who has close ties to the Joe Biden family, who is trying and attempting to stuff ballots into ballot boxes. And the FBI had that information at their fingertips and pulled it back to avoid any sort of transparency.
And lied to Congress. Incredible story that deserves further attention and investigation. Steve Friend, great conversation. Thank you so much. Hey, it's Will Cave.
The Democrats are mad. They got Trump derangement syndrome, and I love it. I love liberal tears early in the morning. But I'm honestly surprised the Democrats wake up this early in the morning. I'm honestly surprised the Democrats wake up this early in the morning. Very interesting. I didn't think they did. I read all comments, questions, and requests of all super chats. So drop a super chat. And I'll take a request. It's not a problem. Or I'll read out your comments out loud or questions. We can talk about it, debate about it. Whatever you like. Let's see if we can get some Fox clips up now. Let's play some more Fox News. Fox clips.
Okay. All right, Kelly, go ahead. Here we go.
No doubt in my mind, 2020 was stolen. I remember watching the 3 a.m. ballot dump. That's a great fact. Calling me a liar and saying I'm wrong is not trying to educate anybody, just so we're all clear. But nice try, Democrats. Nice try.
Here's another one.
Hello, sir. Thank you
We
very much.
got them all today.
Okay. So, Mr. President, you talked about expecting some on-the-ground assessments at Fordo and other
Yeah.
sites.
Now, here-
Is that
here again.
Israeli?
You're not a
and
Trump
US?
person, Tim.
It's been
You're a
obliterated.
Democrat. You're a demon rat
What is
posing
your
as a
message
Trump
then, sir, to
supporter. It's
the
not the
intelligence
first
community
time.
when they present reports? You're not disputing the DIA report.
They presented a
exists.
report that wasn't finished. We're talking about something that took place 3 days ago.
I understand that, sir.
The
It's an
report was
initial
done
assessment. So
2
what
days
is
ago.
your-
Wait a minute.
Yes.
They didn't see it. All they can do is take a guess. Now, if you take a look at the pictures, if you take a look how it's all blackened, you know the fire and brimstone is all underground because it's granite and it's all underground. You don't show it. But even there, with all of that being said, the whole area for 75 yards around the hole where it hit is black with fire. The group that's run by this gentleman.
I
that you
am
may
trying
wanna
to
talk
bring
about it for
people
a second,
together,
because
but
we're
I
gonna
don't
issue a
remember
report.
saying that last night.
And I think it's not even a very exciting report at this point. It's been obliterated, totally obliterated. And they did a report, but it was like, if you look at the dates, it's just a few days after it happened.
Understood, sir.
So they didn't see it. They said it may be very severe. Go ahead.
Understood. Do you have a message for the intelligence community, though, in terms of unvarnished information getting to you, that it's not?
I don't
just-
really have a message. I would say issue the report when you know what happened. I wouldn't say that it could be severe or maybe not. They use the word severe. It could be severe or maybe it's not.
And briefly,
So people like you picked up and said, oh, it's not severe.
We're just
No,
looking for the
the
next
report was not a complete report. Yeah, the message was probably wait till you know the answer before you.
and
Go
sir,
ahead.
did you not have a public component to your Zelensky meeting for a tactical reason with President
Let
Putin?
him answer.
Hello, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah. There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is. These pilots, these refuelers, these fighters, these air defenders, the skill and the courage it took
Who
to
the
go
hell
into
is
enemy
Andy
territory, flying
Bush?
36 hours on behalf of the American people and the world to take out a nuclear program is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom. And then the instinct of CNN, the instinct of the New York Times is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons, to try to hurt President Trump or our country. They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks. They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak. Of course, we've all seen
Sorry, I hurt
leakers.
your
And
little
what do leakers do? They have
feelings.
agendas. And what do? Do they share the whole information or just the part that they want to introduce? And when they introduce that,
Why would I be afraid to stutter? I hardly stutter, and when I do, it's less than your favorite president, Joe Biden.
that preliminary, a preliminary report that's deemed to be a low assessment. You know what a low assessment means? Low confidence in the data in that report. And why is there low confidence? Because all of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12
You didn't source
70,000
any
pound
facts to
bombs
check.
is buried under a mountain, devastated. and
Zero
obliterated.
sources,
So
just
if you wanna make
spewing
an
bullshit,
assessment of
as
what
per
happened at
usual.
Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep, because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated. And somebody somewhere is trying to leak something.
Thank
to
you,
say,
Miami Dolphins.
oh,
Much
with low
appreciated,
confidence,
brother.
We think maybe it's moderate.
Some
Those that
love
dropped
to
the
stop
bombs
all this hate.
Precisely in the right place, know exactly what happened when that exploded. And you know who else knows? Iran. That's why they came to the table right away, because their nuclear capabilities have been set back beyond what they thought were possible because of the courage of a commander-in-chief who led our troops, despite what the fake news wants to say.
But you're not disputing the report said what it said, even though it was initial.
I have an interesting
report.
theory. Maybe there's a video about this. Let's look it up if there is. Let's look up on YouTube, Obama, no due process for the illegals, because that's exactly what he gave them. I highly doubt it, but who knows? Maybe an article comes back in there from back in the day. Ooh, I love this. I love this. Should we go a throwback and show you guys Obama's new immigration plan when he deported 3 million illegals? Who wants to see that? Or should we play Border Czar Tom Homan? Sorry. Mandini's not going to stop us. Bye? Are you leaving? Or what do you mean, bye? You guys want to see Obama? Okay, let's go a little bit of a throwback. 10 years ago.
I continue to believe that the best way to solve this problem is by working together to pass that kind of common sense law. But until that happens, there are actions I have the legal authority to take as president. The same kinds of actions taken by Democratic and Republican presidents before me that will help make our immigration system more fair and more just. Tonight, I'm announcing those actions. First, we'll build on our progress at the border with additional resources for our law enforcement personnel so that they can stem the flow of illegal crossings and speed the return of those who do cross over.
Oh, speed the return.
Second,
return them home quickly?
Make it easier and faster for high-skilled immigrants, graduates, and entrepreneurs to stay and contribute to our economy.
He didn't do that, by the way.
Had proposed. Third, we'll take steps to deal responsibly with the millions of undocumented immigrants.
Responsibly? You didn't give them any due process. Dr. Luke, the GOAT. Trump has been vindicated. Where are the tacos now? Some taco money for the host. Much appreciated, Dr. Luke. I'm just showing them a little bit of a throwback of the deporter-in-chief, Barack Obama, but I'm already getting bored of this. Much appreciated, though, Dr. Luke.
Who already live in our country. I want to say more about this third issue because it generates the most passion and controversy. Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws. And I believe that
they broke the immigration laws. Who knew? Who knew they broke the law?
That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security. Felons, not families.
3 million felons? What about all the kids you put in cages, Mr. Obama?
Not a mom who's working hard to provide for her kids. We'll prioritize.
What about the gang mother moms, Obama? What about the gang mother moms? He was a really pimp-talking slick-back kind of fella. I'll give him that. He was a pimp-talking slick-back kind of fella. He really got the Democrats to believe that he wasn't breaking the deportation due process, whatever the hell they want to call it. Well, now let's watch Border Czar Tom Homan. This is going to be some entertainment for a lot of you conservatives out there.
Kind of the stunt that put this man on the map. And last night he promised to stop ICE.
I miss all of the deportations of Obama, but nothing else. He ruined insurance.
Where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism.
You don't have any power, not against federal law.
So he's going to stop you fascists from arresting illegal immigrants in the city, he says. What do you say to that, sir?
Well, good luck with that. I mean, as a matter of fact, the president made it clear we're going to double down and triple down sanctuary cities. And why is that? It isn't to attack those cities. It's because they're sanctuary cities. We know for a fact they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats back to the streets every day because they won't work with us. So where do we know there's a problem? We know there's a problem in New York. So we're going to send more resources to New York. We're going to send more officers to flood the zone in the neighborhoods. And if we can't find them in the neighborhood, then we'll go to work sites. We'll flood the zone in work sites. We'll increase work site by tenfold. He's not going to stop us. I mean, federal law trumps him every time. And look, if he wants to shut down an ICE detention facility in New York, fine. We'll put him in an airplane. We'll detain him someplace else. If he wants to remove these people away from their families and their attorneys, so be it. You know, what he needs to understand is ICE agents aren't making this up. They're enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. As a legislator, he should understand that. And we're out there looking for final order cases that a federal judge has ordered removed and wants ICE to execute their order or removal. We're not making this up. We're doing exactly what Congress wants us to do, what we're appropriated funding to do, and what a judge is directing us to do. So he can hate on us all we want, but we're not walking away from New York City. We're going to double down and triple down in New York.
A lot of people in New York are happy to hear that.
Double or triple down on New York.
Mayoral race and what's to come here later this year. I want to talk about Iran for a second. Immediately after the strikes on the nuclear sites, ICE nabbed at least 17, I should say, Iranian nationals here in the United States. We have images here of 11 of them. One had admitted connections to Hezbollah, which of course is an Iranian terror group, funded terror group, an alleged former Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps sniper also among the group. Biden released more than 700 Iranian nationals into the U.S. during his presidency. These 17 were picked up rather quickly. Was there a reason for that?
Well, we put a foot on the gas. And what people need to understand, right after the election, I met with a bunch of people, even before the inauguration, we got a big problem here. We got 2 million known gotaways. We know we got national security threats across that border, and we're released. And we also got the 2 million. Who are they? Where did they come from? So we started working right after the election on coming up with a plan to attack this. So the day President Trump took inauguration, at the inauguration, we were on this already. We have been arresting significant...
They were on this already. The day after Trump won the election, he was working, trying to figure out how we're going to get these illegal criminals out of the country. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop a super chat if you have any requests for videos or if you want to support the channel. Much appreciated. What's going on with Ukraine? Well, we can talk about that in a little bit. Talk about Ukraine next. A lot of people are saying. But if someone drops the super chat, you can request a specific news network or a specific video for the whole Ukraine situation. What's not true now? What's not true now? Illegal alien immigrants. Deport, deport, deport. We can't let these rapists, these killers into our country without a background check like every other country in the world does for their immigrants.
Public safety threats and significant national security threats. But what happened in Iran last weekend with the attack, we knew we had to put the foot on the gas and do more quickly. So we just increased the teams out there. We increased the targeting. But we've been on this since January 20th. But we're just doing a lot more right now because of the threats, because of supercells. So the DHS, ICE, FBI, the intelligence community, we're all over this.
A lot of stunts, over immigration and immigration enforcement in this country. A lot of political stunts aimed at Kristi Noem, aimed at our ICE officers at the facilities. LaMonica McIver has pleaded now not guilty to just blatantly assaulting an ICE agent at a migrant detention center as she barged through there. You can see her and the big woman in the red jacket, and she's throwing her arms around and assaulting officers, federal officers of the law. Here she is outside of court earlier today.
That is most definitely assault.
We will fight this. At the end of the day, this is all about political intimidation.
Or it's about you assaulting an officer of the law, miss.
Colleagues or cronies, whatever you want to call them, have weaponized the federal government.
Okay, so let me get this straight. They're weaponizing the federal government when you push and shove an officer of the law, but when Trump goes to court and gets charged with 34 felonies for nothing, they're not weaponizing the system. They had 79 years to look into one of Trump's businesses and give him felonies. The second time he runs for president, they want to bring up all this stuff. Most of it's over 10 years old. That's ridiculousness. Weaponized system. What she did was pushing an ICE officer and assaulting him. Trump has the greatest team in American history. Tom Homan is amazing. Feds in the chat, maybe. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you, Dr. Luke. Much appreciated. Keep dropping those super chat, guys. Much appreciated.
Her and everybody else on that party.
You guys want to see my haircut after? You'll see it tomorrow.
Knows about the law. Knows about the law. Well, either is
Trump gang.
You can hate ICE all you want. You can hate our mission all you want. You can hate Trump all you want. You can hate me and know him. Doesn't matter. You can do that. You can protest. But when you cross that line and you put hands on a federal law enforcement officer who's doing the job you are paying him to do, it's just disgusting. So,
it is disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, well said. The big beautiful bill, there's word that potentially by Friday this thing could get through. Has $150 billion for the deportation agenda. I know that's money that you desperately need to get this job done. You got a lot on your shoulders here. Money to finish the wall, more ICE and border agents. The parliamentarian, though, who's been around since Harry Reid put her in place like 13 years ago, is striking down a lot of parts of this bill that deal with immigration. Some say that she's a partisan actor. The ability to defund sanctuary cities, she's taking that out. Where are you at with that? What's your perspective on that? And are you still going to get enough to do your job as you see it now?
Well, she'll pay attention to current affairs. What Biden did in 4 years is the biggest national security vulnerability this country ever has. We got over 20 million illegal aliens in this country.
That's right. Someone drop a big, beautiful super chat. 20 bucks or more. Let's see the support.
Free flight, free hotel, 3 meals a day, and free medical care.
I get death threats. I get lots of haters. We should get a big, beautiful super chat. 20 bucks or more, which would be much, much appreciated for this Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's almost payday. Drop a big, beautiful super chat.
Transportation contract. We need more targeting. This is a national security issue. Everybody should be on the same side of this.
I got 10 seconds left. That bill gets through. About how long are we looking at until we have what would be considered a completed wall system for the areas that need it at the southern border? Is there an estimation?
I don't have an estimation. The quicker we get the money, the quicker we get going. So the more money we get, the more we can do. But I can tell you, the border.
Get the illegals out. Hell yeah, brother.
The borders are. Tom Homan. Sir, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You know, everybody's reporting the same.
What do you guys want to see next?
Turn the channel. It's always the same.
I'll sing whatever song you want for a super chat. If you guys want to hear me sing, just drop a super chat. It's that simple. I've never turned down a request yet. Is there anyone that wants to see a specific video or a news topic for today? I'll give you guys a minute or so. You can drop a super chat if there's anything you want to see. A pro-constitutional Fed is not scary to lawful citizens. Absolutely, brother. A pro-constitutional Fed is not scary to lawful citizens. God bless America. God bless Dr. Luke the GOAT. Elvis. If you want to see me sing Elvis, drop a super chat. We all love Elvis. I love how the liberals always talk about deporting legal citizens like me or Trump or Melania or Elon or anyone else that's a legal citizen, but they refuse to talk about deporting all the illegal citizens when people spent years and years waiting in line, $10,000s of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and they think the illegals should just skip the line. Taylor Daniels says she's seen you in other chats. I don't know if that's true. Diddycrats don't know how the law works. They do not know how the law works. I still think the Diddycrats is the funniest thing that we've ever came up with for them at this moment. Diddycrats. Okay, let's look for another video to play. Hello, Yvonne.
Suffer in vain? Are you stiff and less?
Gotta get those Diddycrats, right? Yeah, sure, why not? Dems will lie, cheat, and steal to hurt Trump. That's absolutely right. Let's play this video.
Are you a business owner?
Or does someone want to hear about Ukraine? Drop a comment down below or a super chat. I do remember you. You dropped a super chat for me, Summit. I do remember you, brother. You're from India. I appreciated that super chat you dropped. Now, if you have anything you want me to play today, submit, or any videos you want us to watch, I'm here alone. I can 100% play a video or play some news, preferably, about any ongoing situations. If you'd like, just drop a super chat, submit. Dems will lie, cheat, and steal to hurt Trump, says Nancy Macy, Newsmax.
Nuclear sites in Iran and calling out the legacy media on that. Let's play this for you and we'll get your reaction.
It's so sad that whole thing had to go. But I just want to thank our pilots. You know, they were maligned and treated very bad, demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there, believe it or not, wasting time, and nobody's watching them. So they just wasted a lot of time, wasting my time.
What are your thoughts on that? Again, as you may have seen already, there's a leaker, there's pieces of a report from anonymous sourcing, and the president not afraid on the world stage to call out a legacy media within America.
Well, first of all, I want to say I trust the president. I trust Donald J. Trump. Everything that he has stated.
I trust that man.
His presidency and the last one has remained true. He's been right about everything. The second thing that I want to say is I don't trust the legacy media. I don't trust CNN especially, or any fake news that spread the rumor of the Russia hoax that said that Hunter Biden's laptop wasn't real. These people will lie, cheat, and steal to hurt Donald Trump, to hurt American interests here and abroad. And you could see, you know, from the Fort Owl side, at least, you saw the way that the bombs entered the mountain. I can't imagine that 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs didn't do anything. And this is a program that the legacy media said didn't exist just a few weeks ago, but now they're saying, oh, it was only partially harmed. When we know that it did significant damage. And I will be getting briefed, and I trust President Trump and Secretary Rubio and Secretary Hegseth to tell us the truth. I don't trust the mainstream media at all on this.
Yeah, and Congresswoman, President Trump even said that the pilots reached out to him and they were shocked by some of the news media that came out, discouraged, disheartened. That's the way in which he characterized it. But the White House releasing this statement on behalf of the IAEA this morning, claiming in part that the U.S. strike on the Fort nuclear facility, quote, destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility inoperable. I mean, what do you make of this back and forth?
Well, I mean, that report, if that's what it says, that's a report that validates some of the statements that President Trump and the White House has made, that he is telling the truth. And so then again, like, who do you believe? You believe the guy who's told you the truth and been right all along, which is President Trump. And I've communicated with the president. I've thanked him over and over again. I think he's made the right decisions on Iran. And, you know, I think time will tell and the truth will come out that Donald Trump was once again.
Thank you, President Trump.
You know, I want to shift, if I can, as we await for these reports of the president.
What do you guys' opinion about the whole Iran-Trump situation, and what do you think about Trump as a whole? If you guys have any comments, questions, or debate topics, please drop me a super chat. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Anyone for Kamala? I'm sure tons of people here are Kamala supporters. I'm positive of it. Smash the like, subscribe button. Yeah, I know, because I accidentally clicked off the stream for a second. My apologies. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Wouldn't you like to believe that, Mark? Wouldn't you like to believe that? Drop a super chat if you guys have any comments, questions, or anything you want me to show you video-wise. Let me know. Kamala isn't a politician. She's an election stealer.
Did state that there will be numerous reports about the Iran nuclear sites being obliterated. Obviously, you would be privy to being able to see those within perhaps the coming days or weeks. So wait for that as appropriate. I'd like to move on, if I can, to the New York City mayoral race, specifically the Democratic primary that we've seen.
Here's a great super chat. Here we go. From Dr. Luke, the GOAT. Dems cried wolf for 10 years straight and wonder why no one listens to them. Yup. 10 years straight, seen as the Comedian News Network. Comedian News Network? I call it the Communist News Network. Dems cried wolf for 10 years. Yep. Ever since the Obama administration, it's been a shit show. I can't even lie there with you. Kamala is a Diddy model, 100%. Trump's been going against Netanyahu. They work together, but Trump isn't taking commands from Netanyahu. But that's a silly thing. Clown News Network. I love that one too. Communist News Network, Clown News Network, Comedian News Network. All funny answers. Thank you for the super chat. Drop me some more super chats if there's any topics, discussions you want me to show. Well, let's continue this video. We got another minute, 50 seconds or something like that, and then we'll move on to the next one. If anyone has any requests, just drop a super chat for a request or a comment or whatever. Much appreciated.
Here, this has national implications when we mention self-proclaimed Democratic Socialist nominee Zoran Mamdani, who ran away with it, and Andrew Cuomo conceding. You actually tweeted about this, or rather posted on X about it, and we do have that post here. And you said this, after 9/11, we said never forget. I think we sadly have forgotten. Could you elaborate?
Well, I mean, this is a guy that, it has been associated with some people affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood, for example. Those are reports that are out there. This is a guy that professes socialism. The breadlines will be long in New York City. And I believe that Jews will be more in danger in New York City than they ever have been before. I've also been communicating with law enforcement officers within NYPD who are very down this morning. They're very concerned about being defunded. They're very concerned about crime that's been increasing over the last couple of years, increasing even further. And they don't feel, I think they feel very demoralized this morning after seeing a guy like this who puts down law enforcement, puts down the people who've been keeping New Yorkers safe.
Damn right. Damn right. I 100% agree, but they kind of cut her off in the middle of this clip. There's no patriots that voted for Harris. I hate to tell you this. Maybe it's a shocker to you, but it's 100% true. There's no patriots that voted for Harris. I'm sorry. Oh, let's watch this one. Lefties losing it. Deranged American traitors want Iran to have nuclear weapons. To bomb the U.S. They want them to bomb the U.S., actually, is the title of this video. Lefties losing it. Deranged American traitors want Iran to bomb the U.S. These people should be charged with treason. Now let's look at some of these deranged lefties.
Here are a couple of American traitors who want the Islamist Iranian regime to wipe out the South, to blow up more than 100 million Americans in red states like Texas and Florida.
Dear Iran, this is my official application of states that you should wipe out because we did
charge her with treason.
Over here in Los Angeles, Alabama,
Out of here.
Florida,
Out of here.
Arkansas,
Boom.
Oklahoma,
Charge her with treason.
Ohio,
Jail time.
Gone.
Kentucky,
No.
Arkansas,
Red.
Tennessee,
Fire.
Texas.
Oh, double it.
You know, those low-life losers mentioned my home state of Arkansas twice. That's a declaration of war where I come from. And let's see another unhinged lefty who somehow deluded herself into thinking she's morally superior because she doesn't believe in law and order. She doesn't believe in borders. She's happy to see the return of the human trafficking trade at the US's southern border because apparently it's what Jesus wanted.
Don't come on my page and say that people should be in this country legally. Don't do it. This is ridiculous. It's inhumane. You are a human being, and don't you dare use Jesus' name or God's name in this and say that this is what he would want and pretend to be a Christian because you're not. This is pure evil. You are scum of the earth. These are people. These are mothers. These are fathers. These are human beings, and all you care about is
Illegals are illegal.
shame on you. Do better. Be better.
Now, this is one way to deal with a lefty losing it.
And tell me why I'm going to get sick, sir. No, I'm not. No.
You're getting tased. And then she's tased.
Why did she get up? You knew she was going to get zapped again as soon as she got up. Now, it doesn't get much sillier than this. This is Sex in the City.
These lefties are insane. They're calling for the bombing of American cities. They should be charged with treason. They should be charged with treason. Period. They're calling to bomb U.S. cities. American citizens are telling Iran to bomb U.S. cities. They should be charged with treason. They're posting this stuff on TikTok and online.
City star Cynthia Nixon campaigning for a
Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop some super chats for any questions, comments, or anything you guys want to talk about.
It is election day. I'm on my way to vote. I don't know that I have ever been more excited to vote for anyone than I am to vote for Zoran Mamdani.
That was Cynthia before the vote, and afterwards she was celebrating like a turkey celebrates Christmas. She posted, Zoran Mamdani, a Muslim democratic socialist, has won the NYC primary for mayor, ! Joining me now is a filmmaker and journalist, Ami Horowitz. Ami, what do you make of Cynthia Nixon's advocacy here? She wasn't alone. Zoran Mamdani has
Why is this guy
influential,
dancing?
famous backers. What are you dancing to at the moment?
Sorry, I was listening to the, just rocking out to Mr. Cardamom, a.k.a. Zoran Mandavi, yes, the great rapper of yesteryear. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Yes, Mandani is not only a weight loss drug, but it's also the incoming mayor, most probably, of New York City. Yes, he has quite a few, like you're trying to get to before I disturb you, quite a few celebrity backers, right? He's got Emily Ratajkowski. The woman made herself famous while she was naked in a video. Lorde, who's your neck of the woods. She makes great music.
Yes, New Zealand.
Person. Absolutely. And the aforementioned Cynthia Nixon. Oh, Cynthia Nixon, just quick aside, that when I had my daughter, she was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, we were at the park one day and she was holding her string cheese and looking at it.
Sorry, it's not CNN for you Democrats out there. This is some real news.
Son ran up to her, grabbed the cheese stick, laughed, and ran away and ate it. As Cynthia Nixon was laughing and said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get you next time." No, Cynthia, I got you this time. Look, Cynthia Nixon is a horrible person. That son who stole my daughter's cheese stick, this is something she calls.
Welcome back, Constitutional
That's kind
Andy.
of like I'm an observant Zoroastrian. This is somebody who spent time in a hunger strike against the genocide in Israel. Notably, the hunger strike lasted 5 days, but he only can make 2 days. Also a member of JVP, Jewish Voice for Peace, who I've interviewed, complete and total supporters of Hamas. So yeah, that's kind of Cynthia Nixon. But
MAGA! Everyone spam the comments. MAGA! Let me know what you guys are. I keep clicking off the stream on accident. Holy shit. Oops. MAGA. MAGA for Trump. MAGA is Trump. Hit the like and subscribe button. We got all MAGA in the comments. Someone drop me a super chat if there's any news you want me to play, or if you love the President of the United States, or if you love the country, or if you just want to drop a stupid insult on a super chat, you can do that too. It's all up to you. At the end of the day, but hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop some super chats. I would really appreciate it. Let me know where you guys are coming from and drop some super chats. Much appreciated. We're 1 day away from Friday. Trump 2028. Lots of Trump supporters in chat. Everyone spam. Super chat for Trump. Super chat for Trump. Also, if you have any requests or anything you want me to play, video-wise, or any comments you want to make, you can super chat. Super chats for Trump. You know? I am not homeless. Does it look like it? Does this look like it's not a home?
Mondavi is he has said his own words. He wants to globalize the Intifada. Well, you know what the Intifada
Drop some
is?
super
The
chats for
Intifada
requests,
was a
comments,
series of
debates, and
uprisings against
discussions.
Israel, which was a series of terrorist attacks which killed hundreds and hundreds of Israeli civilians. He wants to globalize this. He found that the founding member.
Reading all super chats out loud. Super chat, super chat, super chat, guys. Much appreciated.
Against people that I have interviewed. Look, he has openly called for the genocide of Israel, right? He doesn't shy away from that at all. And, you know, even more disgusting than that is he sent out a series of robocalls. And I was sitting at a baseball game with my cousin. He got one of these robocalls. And my cousin didn't know, thought he was interacting with somebody who worked for the campaign. He said, look, I'm worried, I'm a Jew. I can't vote for Mandani. And then in a sick, twisted way, this person said, this robocall said, I'm an Orthodox Jew. And I had a friend who died in October 7th. They actually weaponized and took the cruel murder.
I have a Discord if you guys want to join my Discord as well. Link in bio. If you want to debate me, if you want to talk, I'm on the Discord.
Well, Mamdani did particularly well, it has to be said, with young voters, affluent voters. Low-income voters didn't really back him, but college-educated, affluent voters did back him. That's got to be a concern. But I'm interested to get your take on what President Donald Trump has had to say about this. After his big win in New York's Democratic mayoral primary, Trump wrote, Democrats have crossed a line by elevating a 100% communist lunatic. He also added, we've had radical lefties before, but this is getting a little ridiculous. But, Army, this is the modern left in America. The Democrats' loudest voices are AOC and Bernie and Jasmine Crockett and now this guy who could be leading NYC.
Oh, God. Who would imagine I'd be pining for the day?
Yasmin Rocket will definitely win one for the left. Please give us TV gold.
A series of discussions you and
I absolutely.
Right? In what direction are the Democrats?
Thank you, Dr. Luke, the GOAT, for the super chat.
Right? They really did. Look, Zohar Madhavi.
You don't have any money, Tolly.
Democratic Socialists of America. Now, the DSA, this is not some like.
That's why you're hating online for hours on end for free.
This is not the Finnish politicians.
AOC will lose. Sorry, Chad.
Hardcore Marxists. Let me read you a list of the affiliations of the DSA. It's important for you to read this. The DSA, this is from their website, is a multi-tendency coalition, don't know what that is, of Marxist Leninists, Trotskyists, eco-socialists, Orthodox Marxism, as opposed to reform Marxism, evolutionary socialism, socialist feminism, and eco-socialism, or simply crazy people. Now they can add that list, global jihadists, because that's exactly what they have. Look, he's calling for state-run groceries, right?
That's right, Taylor. That is right. Smash the like and subscribe button, Discord in the bio. If you guys have any requests for videos, any comments, or you just love America, drop a like and a comment and a super chat. Much appreciated.
To get rid of and have absolutely no food whatsoever. He's called for having no fee for transportation. Get in the subway, get in the bus, no problem at all. I remember just recently on that same Yankee game I was talking about.
Lefties losing it. Hell yeah, this is a great show.
And this woman said to me, you know,
CNN, the crying news network.
I don't pay, I hop the...
That's another great one.
The thing that stops you, that makes you pay because this is what we get. I go, no. The reason why we're stopping for 15 minutes is because you don't pay for the subway. He wants to make that across New York City. This guy is a legitimate crazy person.
Totally. That's not how super chats work. You gotta drop the super chat for all requests.
To NATO now, Army, and President Donald
But we
Trump
all
shared
know
the
that you don't have any money. It's okay. You don't have to super chat if you don't have money. Just support the channel. Just keep watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Cringe News Network.
Actually, because he wanted me to.
Is your husband a soldier? No?
He's
He's there now?
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough stuff, right? and stuff, and you're living here?
In Warsaw.
Drop a super chat for hair reveal. I have beautiful hair, guys. I'm getting it cut later today. About 2 hours from now, actually.
The Patriots, and we're going to see if we can make some available.
Army, that's the side of the president we don't always see.
No, that's true. Look, he really does feel for the people of Ukraine. I mean, again, it's so funny. It makes me think back to this whole Russiagate thing. Right?
Totally. Everyone in chat is calling you broke. It isn't just me.
They're going to die on the hill that he was
Corporate News Network.
mole. He was a cat's paw for
I love that one too.
I noticed that Russia invaded Ukraine twice.
It's not a trick, Chad.
Once under Biden. Didn't invade it under Trump. Trump has no love for Putin. Trump has no love for Russia. He does want this to end, though, because there is a massive amount of killings. Both sides are...
Okay, I'll do a poll for you.
One side is in the wrong and one side is the right. And I just want to equate the two. There's no question that young people are dying in Russia, but particularly in Ukraine. And right there, you saw the affection he had for Ukrainians and the way he felt for the people who are fighting for their freedom and fighting against Russian tyranny.
And before you go, he was also referred to as Daddy during this NATO press conference.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you Daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO...
Trump is winning the 2028 election, Democrats. Hit the like and subscribe button. Someone drop another super chat would be much appreciated. China News Network. I think I heard that one before. That one's accurate and hilarious.
Just wait till Daddy gets home, man. Oh, God, I remember those words. And we're telling NATO those words also. Look, he really has transformed NATO. Do you remember the days when he said, I'm going to leave NATO, and everyone was like, oh my God, he's crazy, he wants to leave NATO. Yeah, look, 6 out of 31 countries prior to Trump did not hit...
I actually am thinking about getting a new guest on my show. I had this guy on my show a really, really, really long time ago, maybe even a year ago now, but he was a really, really good guest. People really liked him. He's a doctor. He's about in his 70s. I think maybe late 60s or early 70s. He's a huge Trump supporter. He's a hilarious guy. He's traveled so much to many countries. He has a lot of a life experience. He'd be a really good guest.
We're supposed to hit. And since he became president, the first time, not even now, the first time, because of that threat, the vast majority of NATO countries are at that spending threshold. Finally, we're not paying for NATO's defense totally. So yeah, he kind of is their daddy. And by the way,
Mark, you're very hateful. I don't know if I would let you on my show, but you can join the Discord. That's where you can connect with me.
Praised him over and over again that he was able to get these intransigent...
My grandfather actually is a huge Harris Democrat supporter.
Made it work.
Army Horowitz, thank you so much for your time tonight.
This
AI tool will take your data and sell it to the government. Any video requests? Drop some super chats. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'd love to hear it. Well, I can see your profile picture, Mark. I'm a lot more handsome than you, but thank you. I'm not trying to look appealing to other men, but thank you very much. I do indeed have one, Frozen, but thank you for the love. I really appreciate your lovely comments.
Help you. And they came back.
Any requests for videos? Should we watch Sheriff Grady? Sheriff Grady has some interesting things. I have one, Frozen.
Everyone, thank you very
Maybe it's time for you to get one. You don't get paid for hating, do you?
much for being with us today as
Sheriff Grady.
We are excited to talk about the largest seizure of fentanyl in the history of the Sheriff's Office. And this is all about remarkable work
into the two largest drug cartels in Mexico. But before I do that, let me introduce to you, first and foremost, our prosecutor, Brian Haas, state attorney for
Thank
the
you for the
Judicial
love of
Circuit.
my live streams, brother. Much
And in my
appreciated. Hope you're
estimation,
subscribed.
the finest prosecutor, not only in the state of Florida, but anywhere in the United States.
Florida.
He does the right thing. He's going to speak to us in a little while.
Alaikum
We
salam,
also have
brother.
Austin Lil
Alaikum
from
salam.
Police Department with us today. Terry Story with us. Mark Britnell from FDLE, and he's going to also speak today. We have Chris Nelson, Brandon Shealy, who is a supervisor. We have Javier Lopez from Border Patrol with us. Michael Garland from HSI. Jim Gill from U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Why do I list them? Because when you do investigations of this magnitude, no single agency can successfully do them. It takes us all working together. And let me underscore that there's no light between any of us. We're shoulder to shoulder to protect the people of the United States from this evil, evil drug, fentanyl. And I want to highlight before I start giving you the details, and I'm going to give you a 30,000-foot deep view of this, because obviously there will be other investigations into these cartels. But I want to give you an example. Between 2018 and 2023, 340,000 people died of fentanyl overdose deaths in the United States. Did you hear what I said? I didn't stutter. You can't count that high on your fingers and toes. 340,000 people in the United States died of fentanyl overdose between 2018 and 2023. What's important to recognize that? Why it's important to recognize that is simply this. Do you see anyone in the United States up in arms about that? Anyone? Do you see anyone saying, we've got a crisis on our hands? Do you see anyone saying, we have an epidemic on our hands? Do you see it leading the evening?
I have nothing wrong with people doing whatever they want in their personal lives, homosexuality, transgenderism. I just agree with Trump. We shouldn't have men and women sports. We shouldn't have homosexuality and transgenderism or any kind of sexuality in kids' cartoons. And we shouldn't have transgenders in the military. Thank you, Trump, for banning all of this. Also, no men and women's bathrooms. Thank you for the state of Florida and President Trump for banning this. Much appreciated.
News. And the answer to all of that is no, no, no. Well, in fact, we do have a crisis when 340,000 people have died in 5 years in the United States of America from this overdose of fentanyl. So I ask you this.
Peace out, Dr. Luke. Much appreciated for the super chats. Have a great Thursday. It's almost Friday. Peace out, broski.
In that period of time. How would we
Peace out, brother. Later, Dr. Goat.
How would we react if 340,000 people died in county jails from us feeding bad food? There would be storms. There would be people fired and unelected. There would be congressional investigations. Every state would be doing investigations.
Every state would be doing investigations. All right. I'm tired of Judge Grady, but that's definitely an interesting thing. Lefties losing it. The Democrat senator cries after J.D. Vance.
Losing it, and we're going to get to a very enlightening.
Shouldn't have homosexuality or transgenderism in kids' cartoons. Period. 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 Period.
Boyfriends, and he slapped Chris Rock for telling a very mild joke joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, he's desperate to rebuild his image, and this song about how much he likes pretty girls may just be the most embarrassing thing I've seen in 2025. And I'll watch full episodes of The View for you.
I like pretty girls.
I don't agree with everything Donald J. Trump does. If you guys want me to talk about a few things that I don't like Trump for, then you can drop a super chat. I will gladly discuss and talk about it. If you have any requests, you can, just drop a super chat. I take all requests on super chat. But if you're not dropping super chats, you don't run the show. Simple as that. You guys can stare at my roof for 2.1 seconds. I'm back. I'm back. It's my show. You're absolutely right. If you want to drop me a super chat, though, you guys can decide what you want to see or what you want to hear on the show. I'll talk about anything if you have any good questions or comments, but super chats always take priority. Yes, sir. It's actually my washer. It's not even the maid. And this isn't a hotel. This is my crib, but thank you. Well, if you want me to look at any other news sources, sometimes I watch CNN just for laughs and giggles. But if you have any requests, you can drop a super chat, or if you just want to support the channel. Well, I appreciate you thinking I'm in a hotel because my place is very nice. I really appreciate that. Very much appreciated. But someone dropped me a big, beautiful super chat. $20, I'll do 300 to 400 push-ups right now on stream. And we only got 25 more minutes left live streaming, and then we're going to have to wrap it up for this morning. Let me know where you guys are coming from down below. What city, what state, what country. I love to hear it. "100 things Donald Trump has done on YouTube." Dustin is mad. Mexico. We love Mexicans, especially the ones that live and stay in the United States legally. Well, you should be mad because one of us is profiting and the other is just crying. Well, the ceasefire has been going for 2 days. The Democrats are pissed off in chat. Not only is Trump winning the 2028 election, he's winning as we speak, and he won the 2028 election. Latinas are amazing. The part when Trump won the election, that's what involves you crying. Of course, a lot of people in my family are Hispanics as well. They love Donald Trump. FDR ran 4 terms. Was he a dictator? Kamala lost by millions and millions of votes. What are you Democrats talking about? What's up, Christian? How you doing, brother? You're Hispanic and you love Trump. Shout out to Hispanics. We love you. You didn't celebrate. You're not a Trump supporter. Kamala was never nominated. Exactly. Multiracial, and you love Trump. Everyone loves Trump, except the miserable. Did I see Trump got pissed because they bombed Iran? Yes, I did. Hey, I'm Latino. I voted Trump and I don't regret it. Thank you. I've hardly stuttered. And if I had stuttered, then I'm a little bit better than your favorite president, Joe Biden. We'll see if Trump can win. If we win the midterms like I think we're going to win, then he can absolutely run again. I guarantee it. If he wants to is another question. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I love to hear it. Drop some super chats for any questions. Loopholes could allow for a third term, absolutely. If you guys have any comments or questions you want me to read out loud, just drop some super chats. Super chats are much appreciated. What's stopping Trump from running again? Maybe law needs to be changed like FDR did. Absolutely. FDR ran 4 terms. FDR ran 4 terms, Democrats. What do you not understand? FDR was a president, just in case you Democrats don't know American history. Smash the like and subscribe button. If there's any comments you want me to discuss, read out loud, or anything like that, you guys can drop a super chat. AOC isn't winning in 2028. Trump gang. Spam the comments with Trump gang. I want to see how much support we have in here for Trump, so spam the comments. Thank you for subbing. Much appreciated. Trump gang. MAGA. Trump. Spam the comments down below. AOC will give Trump an easy win. Absolutely, I agree. Or I have another idea. We can really piss off the Democrats with one idea. Everyone spam Trump cult if you're a part of the cult, as the Democrats call it. Biden #1. This guy's such a troll. Past versus current president. Let's watch this video. If you guys have any requests for videos or you love America, drop some super chats. Would be much appreciated. But we're going to play Lefties Losing It now. One of my favorite news shows. AOC is not Puerto Rican. She never lived there or speaks Spanish. Lefties losing it.
Yep, the lefties wanted you to believe he was perfectly fine. No cognitive decline then at all. Well, that was then. This is now.
Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill.
Can you detect the subtle difference between those two leaders? One was a cognitively impaired puppet controlled by far-left radicals who empowered the Iranian regime through weakness and terrible deals, and one has devastated the mad mullahs of the Iranian regime. Now the Democrats are demanding that Donald Trump inform them before any future attacks. Here is Adam Schiff on CNN.
The failure to brief Democratic lawmakers, the making this just another partisan exercise by the administration. The president didn't seek.
Obama, Biden, Bush, both senior and junior, all did bombings without congressional approval. Biden, Obama, the Clintons, the Bushes, they all did bombings without congressional approval. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat if you guys have anything to say or anything you want to talk about. Let me know. Or any requests for videos. I'll play it. I'll talk about it. But hit the like and subscribe button. I'm frozen. Okay, here we are. We're back.
The approval of Congress because he didn't make the case to the American
I
people.
know, lag,
Because he
I
didn't
know.
even inform one of the parties in Congress. That's when you have a real problem engaging in warfare on a partisan basis. So a lot of risks here for the country, which, is the reason why you come to Congress in the first place.
Why would President Trump consult with Democrat lawmakers, the lunatic fringe who currently enjoy an approval rating south of 20%? And how exactly would you hope to blindside the Iranians if you are briefing the anti-American miscreants in the Democrats? Anyway, while the Trump administration was taking out Iran's nuclear sites, the Democrats were dealing with far more serious matters. They had Senator Alex Padilla crying on TV because J.D. Vance called him Jose.
Sadly, it's just an indicator of how petty and unserious this administration is. But he's the vice president of the United States. You'd think he'd take the situation in Los Angeles more seriously.
Now, predictably, there are many on the left who are having absolute meltdowns about these strikes against Iran. People like this next dude who is on Iran's side, on the side of Islamist terrorists.
And somebody in the White House needs to take Trump and sit his ass the down. Life already hard, then we gotta worry about this. Ever since you stepped foot in the White House, you ain't did nothing but cause chaos. I'm not getting out there fighting no. I'm on the Iran side. I'm on their mother U.S. I don't give a damn.
This is what Trump derangement syndrome looks like. That's a Diddycrat.
That's what the Democrats' propaganda arm in the mainstream media. They are floundering. Watch this on CNN. They're lucky enough to have a token conservative on the panel, Scott Jennings, and he always injects a little bit of sanity into proceedings.
In order for the president to take action without congressional approval, he needed to show that there was a real true threat to the United States and that the strike would not cause escalation. Congress must see the underlying intelligence about how they were in direct threat and how the U.S. needed to respond without congressional approval. But as of right now, I have not seen that.
You're arguing that after 46 years of the Iranian regime killing Americans, threatening Americans, saying over and over and over again, death to America, that maybe they were just didn't mean it that they're fiery but mostly peaceful Iranian.
They were peaceful.
President JD Vance
Peaceful
was being
Iranians.
asked over and over
Peaceful.
again, is America now
Peaceful, bro. Peaceful. What are these Republicans talking about? They're peaceful. Of course they're peaceful. Peaceful. 100% peaceful, guys. Don't you know? A 100% peaceful. Now, that guy that was screaming for Iran, saying he was on their side with that little hairnet or whatever he had, that guy was a full-blown troll. I don't believe he's serious. I think he's just trying to get clicks and views. He's just trying to get clicks and views, 100%. No doubt in my mind. But drop a super chat if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want me to talk about. Yes, hate is a strong word. Absolutely. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I've never seen that movie. I've made millions of honest comments at this point. Lots of non-American names commenting on American politics. Very interesting comments. Yeah, of course I tell other people they hate because they do hate. It's exactly what they do. Oh, another Diddy crap for Iran instead of America. Amazing. Another Diddy crap for Iran instead of America. Not surprised. Trump 2028. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. North Carolina. Shout out North Carolina. Going to get a haircut in 10 minutes, so I'll have to close the live stream then. But someone drop some super chats so I can talk about whatever you guys want for 10 minutes. Shout out Atlanta. North Carolina, Atlanta. I have no hate for trans people. I just don't want men in women's sports, and I don't want men in women's bathrooms. And I don't want transgenderism in kids' television shows or any kind of sexuality for that matter. Shout out Ohio. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Hit the like and subscribe button. Anyone wants to drop a super chat? Any super chats, any questions, any debate topics? Let me know. I'm going to be asking for the next 8 minutes unless someone has something they want to say or any super chats they want to drop me. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Shouts out the UK. Shouts out England. Thank you guys for watching. Drop some super chats. Let's talk about some things. Let's debate about some things. Let's see some super chat, guys. Would be much appreciated. Trump, both terms. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll do one more live stream of the day later tonight. Mark, you don't love Trump. You've been hating on him for over an hour straight. The Democrats are the biggest internet trolls. They send death threats, they troll, they make stupid jokes. None of it bothers me, but you guys should definitely send a super chat. It would definitely bother them. I'm getting a haircut, Mark. You can't afford anything because all you do is watch my streams all day. You don't like Trump, Mark. Anti-Trumpers in chat. Well, guess what, anti-Trumpers? We're still going to get Trump 2028. Love Trump. Smash the like and subscribe button. What's up, Randy? How you doing? If you guys got any questions, any topics, any videos you want me to show, anything you want me to debate about, drop a super chat. Let me know. Super chats, guys. Super chats. Sup, my guy? How you doing? Trump derangement syndrome in chat. 100%. We need super chats, guys. Drop some super chats. Would be much appreciated. Vance 2028, 100% if Trump doesn't run. You're not related to nobody. Honestly, I don't want Ron DeSantis. As someone that's from Florida, I don't want Ron DeSantis as president. No, thank you. Colt. Slugrat's mad. He doesn't get paid for hating? Hey, I ain't seen you in a while. Hello, chaotic good goblin. Hello, chaotic good goblin. How you doing, brother? We can talk about Ron another time. That's another debate subject. Magus, you're the one that's brainwashed. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll give you guys 60 more seconds. If we don't get a super chat, I'm going to be wrapping this up. And we'll go live a bit later. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. And someone drop a super chat. Would be much appreciated for the channel. And for any good questions or comments or videos you want me to play or discuss or talk about. Hit the like, subscribe button, drop some super chats if you want to see me continue this stream. Would be much appreciated, guys. 30 more seconds or I'm wrapping up. Let me know if you guys are going to send a super chat. Just drop the super chat down below and we'll continue this for a bit longer. Thank you for giving a like, Gamer Theory. You gave a super chat. I gave you the conversation. If you want me to have an intellectual conversation or discussion about something, you just got to drop a super chat. I have intellectual conversations all the time on here. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We'll give you guys 15 more seconds unless you want to drop a super chat, or we're going to wrap it up. 15 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. I'm going to end the stream. Talk to you later, chaotic good goblin. Gotta go get a haircut now. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching.